Hi everyone, this is Alex from the Casuals, and today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact, and we're going to give you guys 10 quick tips on how to really improve your gameplay. Alright, so for this first tip, you're going to be gathering a lot of materials throughout the world, and some of these materials are going to be under the form of ores, and some ores like these ones are pretty resistant. They're really hard to break unless you have a character that's using a claymore. So always, whenever you're near, you see these down, well, make sure to swap to your claymore character and break them really rapidly. Another tip that I can give you guys is that whenever you find materials like this that you want the mining, you can actually put a marker down. You select your marker type and you just type, like, let's say crystal in this case, and you will know that you have ores over here that are going to respawn eventually. Now another way to spot the nodes that you're looking for is to go to your city blacksmith and to do about the mining products of this region, and they're going to tell you that basically they're going to mark them for you on your map, and you're going to have a bunch of these icons across the area that you're going to be able to go fetch. Alright, so for this next tip, at adventure rank level 20, you're going to unlock the battle pass, which you can access from here. And this battle pass, obviously you're going to have two types, and you want to basically complete as many of the daily and weekly missions to increase your progress. Now this next tip is pretty obvious, but in this game the adventure rank represent a huge portion of the game. It is what's going to allow you to level up your world and increase your difficulty and also rewards. And also it's basically what's going to allow you to move forward with your quest and just progress in the game. So whenever you're going to increase your adventure rank, make sure to go see Catherine and always claim your adventure rank rewards. You're going to get a bunch of cool rewards every time you level up, so that's really useful. Alright, so this next tip is actually a mistake to avoid doing. Whenever you're at the blacksmith early on, like, you're going to be really, like, in my case I was really appealed to like transform my materials into these crystals, the enhancement ores, which basically allows you to level up your gear. Don't rush these too quickly. You can do it with the normal irons, but the iron chunks and the crystals, I would wait quite a bit. The only reason for this is that if you go over here, you're going to be eventually be able to craft 4 stars weapons, and these 4 stars weapons are not that hard to craft. All you need is one of their, I guess, like a sigil or whatever, that you're going to be able to use, the prototype that you're going to be able to use to craft the weapon. So you want to have these as just the raw materials. You don't want to transform them all into something else. And these are, you're going to get them during the progression quite early on, so make sure to save these materials at first, and eventually you'll be able to transform them into XP mats. This next tip is in regard to these structures that are kind of rare and that you're going to find across the world from time to time, and the difference is that they're going to be sealed and there will be a chest inside. These chests give really good rewards in terms of materials and stuff like this and equipments, and you're going to have to unseal them. How you can do this is you can go into your inventory and you get, eventually doing quests, you're going to get the Mondstadt Shrine of Depth keys, and there's various different sources that can give you these keys, and yeah. Whenever you have these keys, make sure to find these shrines, and if you ever find one of these type of shrines before, make sure to put a marker on your map, and that just so that you remember where it is and you can go back to it to open it with your key. Now, once you're going to start your progression in the game, there's a few things that you really should focus on at first. The first thing would be to level up your main character, ideally to level 20 as soon as possible, and you also want to give him ideally a 3-star weapon, or even a 4-star if you're really lucky and you use the chest that you're looking to wish and everything. And once you get these weapons, you really want to try and enhance it as soon as possible. Try to level up your weapon, try to level up your character quite a bit. The attack damage is basically the stats that you want to be as high as possible. It's going to speed up your farming, and if you're good enough, you can actually dodge, and like the defensive stats are not as essential. You're going to need to acquire adventure rank to ascend your weapon, ascend your character, but this is done fairly fast in the early game. You're also going to be able to equip artifacts on your characters. Obviously, you want to try to get matching set bonuses so that you can benefit the most from whatever you get. One of the equipment slot is feathers, and these feathers give attack damage on them. It is probably the first artifact that you should enhance to as high as possible, considering that it's going to increase your damage output directly. This next tip is actually really important. Some characters have a special talent. You can go into your character talent tree, talent section, and in this case the main character does not have one, but when you select some, you can see that they have like a level 1 thing at the bottom. That's like a character specific thing. And you won't be able to level it up, whatever, like with other stuff. So in this case for Amber, like whenever you glide and she's in your party, it reduces the stamina consumption. So this is really good whenever you have like I don't know, a really far glide. Not all characters have this. Like Kia, in this case, has that he can better chance to craft items, to receive materials. And her, Lisa, it's something regarding the potion. It wields more whenever you craft potions. So, really take the time to check your character out before you use them and you craft and stuff like that, because you could be missing on important bonuses. Now, a really good portion of Genshin Impact relates around these statues, the statues of the Seven, basically. Whenever you find one on the map, you really need to head to it as soon as possible. They look like this whenever they've been explored or like activated rather, and they look like this when they have not been activated yet. So doing these, basically when you go near them, you can actually heal up your character, your team. You just have to select the statue blessing, and then you select how much you want to heal whenever you're close, and it takes energy that refills over time. One of the more important thing about these is that you can actually give them the Oculus of their choosing, and it's gonna increase your stats basically. Well, the stamina stats, my bad. And it's gonna give you a bunch of other stuff that are also useful. The animal sigil are for a specific NPC that can sell you stuff that's gonna help you ascend your characters and your weapons and stuff like this. Primal gems are for the wish, so basically you can summon characters and weapons. And adventure XPs, which is obviously essential. So right now I have 3 of these animalculus. I'm missing 1 to level this statue to level 8, and then I'm gonna get these sweet bonuses and the stamina. The stamina is basically whenever you're running, climbing, gliding. It's really useful to have a high amount, and leveling these statues is gonna make your life so much easier. Alright, so for this next tip, there's this neat resource called Original Resin. That's going to allow you to do a bunch of stuff in the game, and this resource refills over time. There are, like the ley lines for example, require 20 of these to activate and to do, and to get the rewards. You have some these type of mini bosses that are going to require 40 to collect a resource, the rewards. And then there's also bigger bosses that you can also do that are going to give you a ton of treasures on a daily basis, and that costs a lot more. So the important note regarding this resource is try to manage it properly. Don't go around rushing too many ley lines, for example. Like, obviously you can do ley lines early on for some quests, but then afterwards try to manage your resource based on your quest requirements and your daily stuff. Alright guys, I hope that you found these tips useful. We really hope to see you guys playing Genshin Impact. So far we're having a blast in the closed beta, so please let us know if you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a good day guys.